the 14 votes. FFP was introduced. I'm pretty sure it was United, Arsenal. I can't remember the 4 teams at the top then, Liverpool. And then everyone else voted for those rules.
Yeah, but I think what it was
against it, said to everyone at the time,
Wonder why.
don't do that.
Yeah, but I think what it was intended to do in terms of protecting clubs, and Sheffield Wednesday, it's not being used for that. It's just being used to cap clubs and limit clubs rather than, like, Newcastle don't need protecting from going bust from their Saudi owners. So what are we doing here? Like,
So do we allow states to just have their way with football?
But why does it matter?
That's how you lose football.
But we're saying it's not
course
relative
it
to
is.
revenue. That's
What are we talking about here?
Then why is it okay if it's Roman Abramovich or a state?
I didn't say it was okay if it's Roman
That's what I'm saying.
Abramovich.
The state doesn't make... If you've got billions and billions of pounds to spend, whether it's a state, an oil baron, or anything, it's money.
I think it's fair to say, I think when you look at, say, an Aston Villa and a Newcastle, we both agree that both managers have done amazing jobs. Spent a bit of money, not reckless, got to a certain point, and it feels like they can't go any further. And that'll probably be the same if Everton get their act together. West Ham, your club, those type of clubs who we don't see as the big six. Yeah. It's like, where can you ever have that hope or dream that you could win the Premier League or get in, even sometimes maybe even get into the Champions League in some cases? I do think it's fair to have the discussion around PSR feels like it's not working right now for a lot of teams within the Premier League, and you lose that little bit of hope that maybe... You're talking about maybe going back to a situation where I think it was the decade of the 70s when there was maybe 6 or 7 teams in that decade who won the league, the First Division.
Yeah.
I think Everton, obviously Liverpool, Leeds, I think Derby won it, Nottingham Forest. You're almost thinking, would you ever get to that point? And I think it'd be really difficult.
Yeah, you always felt like a team had a chance that maybe was on the outside. We 85, 86, we ended up finishing 3rd and having a really good season. But there's a hope and a belief. Even Chelsea, when they got their ownership, all the other clubs were thinking, oh my gosh, imagine we get taken over and we could potentially have an owner that can pump money into us and we can climb up. You want hope in football that your team can be successful and win leagues.
But that's still